also want to mention to you on behalf of the Red Cross the importance of your becoming a blood donor. All the students at EL High School, when they enter, they're encouraged to become blood donors, and I tell them that, and most of our students are black students, but we always mention the fact that I've been a blood donor since I was a senior in college, and that's been quite a few years, but I'm very proud of the fact that I've been able possibly to save lots of lives by donating blood. And we have very healthy people walking around who could give blood, who could have been giving all of their lives, who are just being very selfish and not giving. When they take the tape off after the blood donation and it pulls the hair off your arm, that hurts worse than the little needle that goes in to get that blood out of a human being. But I encourage you to become a blood donor. I am O negative, which means that my blood, anyone can use my blood, and it just gives me a good feeling to know that there are people that I can help. Let me tell you this. I had someone one time and I think they meant it in a negative way, but they were telling me, well, black people use all the blood, a lot of blood, but they don't give blood. And they said it in a way that was just kind of mocking, y'all use all the blood, but you don't give any blood. And I started thinking about that thing, and I started doing some research, and I found it's absolutely true. Black people, a lot of African Americans wait a long time before too late in a lot of cases to go to the doctor, and by the time they go, their illnesses have progressed to the point where it's a major thing, major surgeries, and they require an awful lot of blood. But we are not donating in numbers. This is a majority black city, a majority black county. So there should be huge numbers of black folks giving blood. Now, everybody ought to donate. Anybody who's healthy enough should be willing to donate. You cannot make blood. You can only get it from someone making a donation. So I encourage those of you who want to do something that makes you feel so good to give, and to know that if there's a situation where someone that you hold dear, someone that you love dearly, might need a blood transfusion, and you gave, it won't be your blood that will be transfused into that person, but you have given the gift of life, is what I see on the commercial. So I would just encourage you. Our folks need to start doing what we can do. We want to complain a lot about what we can't do and what people are keeping us from doing, but nobody's keeping you from donating blood, because certainly if you need it, I think you probably would want to get a blood transfusion. And wouldn't it be nice if you or some member of your family benefited from and needed blood, and they were given that blood? And there is a shortage during the summertime. So please consider becoming a blood donor, and also an organ donor. So we have our first caller. That's just my little suggestion to you. It's just so very important. You could save someone's life. Good afternoon. Ask Elaine.
Hey, Elaine.
Hey, is this Lonnie? Lonnie Miley. How are you today? This is Councilman Lonnie Miley, who sits on the opposite side of me around the horseshoe at City Hall, and Captain Henry Gibson sits on the other side. So, if you see me laughing as we're having council meetings, I'm not laughing anything other than one of them telling jokes or picking at somebody or whatever. But Lonnie, we want to thank you for calling in, and we want to compliment you on your years of service. You are one of the ones who was thrown into the same district as I was, along with Lundsey Edwards, as a result of this consolidation stuff. And so it squeezed a lot of our black elected officials out. I know that you have served many years and wanted to call in and talk about someone who was very near and dear to all of us.
Yeah, Jimmy Samuel, who was the director at the Macomb EOC, 27 years. We're certainly not going to say going to miss them. We are missing them. And, he really provided great leadership and was an outstanding director for Macomb BOC.
Right.
He made us and the agency that people really looked at when they wanted to see how programs was done. His dedicated time with BOC, as I said at his funeral, he could have gone and been in many other places, a CEO at probably some top companies, but he chose to stay with Macomb BOC because he believed in what we were doing. He believed that the mission that we have, which is our motto, helping people, changing lives, really meant something to him. And I was glad to have served on the board and still serves on the board. I've been there 25 years. I've been president of the board over 10 years. But it not only developed a professional relationship as a board president and between myself as a board president and Jim as the director, but it was a personal relationship too, a friendship that developed over the years. So he is certainly the legacy that he left as an agency. We was always in a position that we had clear audits, fiscally sound, an organization that we have always managed the many federal dollars that comes to the Macomb BOC agency in a most efficient manner. We look forward to continuing that legacy. Sharita Hill, who was the acting director in Jimmy's stead, we as a board proud to say that we have appointed her as the new director for Macomb BOC, and it is something that Jimmy desired. Wanted because he groomed her, and she's for that position.
They worked very closely together, and certainly it's always good to have someone. You don't want to lose anyone, but if you do lose someone, it's always good to have someone there who has been trained and who has, who knows every facet of the programs, who can carry on. And not miss a beat. And it's to your credit, too, that as chair of the board, that the programs, are seamless. Things just continue.
Well, thank you. And Sharita's been with us for 28 years and started off as a receptionist and worked her way up, and at the same time obtained her degree, an advanced degree, with the agency, and she too selected to stay with us. And I think loyalty should be something that most people don't do today. They don't reward loyalty.
That's right.
And I just think that is something that we were glad to do as a board, giving her that position.
Well, that is great, and I want to thank you for calling in. I know that you're a busy person. You are one of the deputy coroners, along with that other twin, that good-looking twin of yours, and twin of yours.
Yeah, well, yeah, Elaine, I'm glad to do it. Glad to let you call me in. You know, I tell you, I'm gonna miss you around the horseshoe because I'm not running. But everyone should know that I'm absolutely supporting you 150%.
I appreciate it so much.
And as I've told you all around the horseshoe, you're gonna see me. I'll still be part of the make-a-bill government because I'm an employee. But I know I want people like you who have the genuine concern. We've worked long before either one of us was elected.
That's
Most people, and I don't know if I had just have a few seconds.
Yeah.
Elaine and I remember back in I don't know, it was either late 70s or early 80s. We were down in Sandoval. We were registering for the vote when you could get shot for it.
That's
and I mean literally. I don't mean figuratively. Literally.
Yeah.
To get shot for registering people to vote. We were down in Wrightsville, Georgia, in that area.
We certainly were.
Wrightsville, registering people to vote and trying to get out of there before it got dark.
Yes, sir.
And so we've been doing this, Elaine, you and I, and that's why people got to keep people who have been part of something. If you want to judge somebody by what they will do for you, see what they have done
in
the past. And people know what you have done.